Phat Samurai is not here. Phat Ninja has taken over just for this video to tell you about, not this guy, this is Hawkeye from the Avengers. I'm talking about Robin Hood, the one that just came out. Yeah, it's, okay, so some context. There's been way too many Robin Hood movies! Way too many. We didn't need another one, but we got this one with Taron Egerton and not Morgan Freeman, Jamie Foxx. There are better Robin Hood movies, not necessarily good movies, but there are more entertaining Robin Hood movies that I liked more, including Kevin Costner, yes, Prince of Thieves. This was not a good movie. So, for your synopsis, a war-hardened crusader, Robin of Locksley, played by Taron Egerton, and his Moorish commander, Jamie Foxx, mount an audacious revolt against the corrupt English crown. We've heard this before. We've seen this before. Many times. I think it's been... The first Robin Hood movie was made in 1908. And we have... This is probably the 50th version of Robin Hood. Not including everything that's been inspired by Robin Hood, but just Robin Hood. Do we need another? No. That's the quick version. So, Robin Hood, what can I say? Taron Egerton, he's okay, serviceable. Did he need to be in this? No. And apparently he's going to get stolen by some other franchises, probably. Hint, hint. To play characters in that other franchise. Hint, hint. But, moving on. Jamie Foxx. Apparently he's Little John in this movie. Little John in various other incarnations is another Sherwood guy, but in this version, because it's a retelling, he is now a Moorish commander. He overacts like crazy. He's way too big. He over-enunciates things with a growling, lispy voice, and no, it doesn't work. Their Maid Marian is super generic. Like, she has no personality, and the love connection between her and Robin, I didn't buy it one bit. Ben Mendelsohn as Sheriff of Nottingham. He's an overactor, for sure. He chews the scenery a lot, but he does the best with what he can, I think. It's still way over the top. It's still way unrealistic. And he wears these clothes that are like supposed to be showing his station as the Sheriff of Nottingham. But it looks like it came straight out of Nordstrom's or something like that. So I don't understand the costuming suggestions that they went with. Apparently they went for retro slash futuristic slash period piece. It's like, what is this? Now, for a comparison. Oh wait, no, let me go into action. So, action in the movie. There's machine gun crossbows. Did that ever exist? Could that ever exist? Are we living in a magical world or not? This is one of the problems with the movie. It doesn't know what it is, because it's not really supposed to be over the top, but then it is. There's no grounding in anything. Like, it's one thing if you live in Harry Potter's world and you do magical things. Fine. But if you live in a semi-realistic, grounded world and you do magical things, it's like, why? So there's part of that problem. One of my favorite little scenes is just Robin Hood making this big, explosive entrance, and he has his hands out. But nothing happened. There was nothing that happened. He didn't, like, throw all these coins out to the crowd and say, hey, here's your riches given back to you, or anything like that. Just throws his hands out, big explosion behind him. What happens with that? There's nothing. So there's a whole lot of nothing that happens in this movie. The training sequence, I guess, was kind of cool with him showing trick arrows, but it's like, okay, why? To what extent? What does this serve? He's shooting arrows faster than other people, machine gunning. Now, you have a gigantic arrow, like it's huge. Maybe like a 2-foot long arrow. But he's able to like just do this and it goes full force. He's like maybe pulling back, not even halfway. Like this would be a full pull back of an arrow to get an arrow that long. He's doing this, like machine gun. Like what? This doesn't make any sense at all. I get stylized. There's movies that do that stylized. There's movies that do that realistic, and this was trying to be somewhere in between. It was like it didn't work for me. Now, another comparison to a reboot recently. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. This is the one with Charlie Hunnam as King Arthur. I like that movie. I shouldn't have liked that movie. I like that movie. They went a different direction with that movie. They, again, kind of rebooted, but added these mystical elements in it. There's a very interesting first segment of the movie showing the kind of prequel prelude up to the story that was really cool and interesting, kind of like just a mystical mythical part of what became King Arthur's backstory, and some massive battles, some massive things happening, and stylized in a way that was interesting. You know, Robin Hood didn't have that. Robin Hood was just like, there's a bratty guy who's with this girl who kind of does thief things. Oh, that reminds me. So, you have a thief, Maid Marian, showing up with her face covered like this, and Robin Hood discovers her in his barn, about to steal his horses. She's a thief. She's covered up. You see her eyes only for her face. But then massive cleavage! Massive open cleavage. Why? Do thieves need to be sexy? Is that part of the thing? You know, you have Catwoman, but it's not the same thing. Why have just slits eyes and then massive cleavage? Massive cleavage. Just wow. I don't understand the choices here. So getting back to King Arthur comparison, that was a reboot. That was interesting. Did it need to continue on and become its own thing? It's fine. It didn't. Robin Hood, it's also setting up for a future sequel that should not happen. So, because Phat Samurai and Lady Phat Blood didn't bother to see this movie, and for some reason I did. It was mostly I get roped into certain movies and have the opportunity to review them from time to time. But if I have to rate this out of 5 ninja stars, it's 1.5 maybe. 1.5 maybe. 1.5 maybe. It's not good. You shouldn't see it. I don't blame Phat Samurai and Lady Phat Blood for not seeing this one. If you're bored, go see something else. There's other things out there. There's no reason to waste your time with this movie. And Taron Egerton, if you got paid ahead, good for you. Smart business. Move to a different franchise and do better work. Kingsman, you know, good stuff. I enjoyed the first one. Second one was okay. So yeah, this is the Phat Ninja. You can follow Phat Samurai on YouTube and all of his social media. But you may or may not see me again with some of these reviews, because who knows what those two will put up with or not put up with and allow me to step in for. So, Phat Ninja out.
Hey man, Phat Ninja? Man, I done told you, you trying to hijack the channel again? You trying to hijack the channel? Ah!